Hello my friends and welcome back to another Rome 2 commentary. As you can see, it's going to be another siege battle where I play as Carthage versus Massilia, and this is the one prior to the video I previously uploaded. So it's versus the same opponent, to be honest, and as you can see here, my opponent chooses to attack only on one side of the fortress, but also from then multiple directions. As you can see, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 siege towers, and he definitely went the quantity way with his army. I mean, you can see here it's how many units he has. In total he brought 14 units of axe-warriors. Each of them is holding one tower, and then here 5 in reserve. His general is the Massilian cavalry, and then he has one more elite unit compared to the others, at least. It's the thorax swordsmen, which are going to be pushing this tower on my left flank to the wall. On my side at the defense, I brought 6 units of peltists, Libyan peltists, 3 units of mercenary Italian swordsmen, and 3 units of Libyan infantry. My general is going to be the noble cavalry, and I was hoping to be able to use him when an enemy breaks through, or when a unit is walking around here trying to capture something like that. I just crush them with the cavalry and hopefully win the battle then in the end overall. But yeah, the reason why I choose the Libyan peltists was... Alright, let's just start the battle because it's going to take some time. But the reason why I choose the Libyan peltists was because I thought you want missile units, but you don't want useless ones that you can just position somewhere and then it ends up as... well, they shoot and then they're useless as soon as they don't have any ammo anymore. So I went with these ones because they have quite decent close combat stats as well, and I was hoping to be able to get a lot of most of the spears off, at least to kill lots of these units and the survivors then being slaughtered in close combat. And as you can see, he's advancing on all fronts, and yeah, I placed everywhere Libyan peltists, and behind my either Italian swordsmen or Libyan infantry to greet these units. So yeah, everything I was at least hoping for would go well. I didn't feel that he had a huge advantage, even though he has the quantity advantage, but I think I did go quite a bit in the quality direction. I mean, I don't have only a handful of units, I do have a couple, but my ones are, at least in 1v1 battles, are superior to his. But the battle he will win is that he can just chuck in fresh units while all of my units are already in the fight. And here I gave the order to the Libyan peltist units to place themselves here on this wall, but as you can see, they decide just casually running outside of the gate. I don't really know what went wrong there. I was very surprised when I found my units in front of the gate. Yeah, as you can see, I ordered them to go there, and it didn't really work out that well. Then I ordered them to go here, and then they started walking again on the wall, and I was very confused. As you can see here now, as the enemy gets closer, my units start chucking spears. And didn't really get anything done. Everywhere still full man. Here the enemy lands now, and I decided to charge directly into him with the hope to get some charge kills, but didn't go that well. My tower here is shooting, but it's already getting captured. That was quite a smart move by him to immediately go for this tower, because as soon as this is out of the equation, he does have the advantage. I mean, this unit's losing quite a lot of men, nearly 20 already, while I lost only 5. Yeah, these guys are chucking, the Libyan peltists are now chucking their pillars in there and getting 7 kills so far, so that's not bad. And yeah, on all the other fronts I greet him very nicely, as I think he's getting held back, and yeah, the tower here is shooting as well from the gate. He is not capturing the gate just yet. Yeah, here again I positioned these pelters so they can chuck in the rear here, but seems they have chucked all of their spears and I didn't send them in close combat yet. He here is pretty much the same. He is capturing, or at least making the gatehouse to neutral, meaning it will, as soon as it's neutral, it will stop shooting at him. But as you can see, he's not going to be able to survive that fight anyway, because it's 80 versus 32, and yeah, now I lost 2 men, but he already lost 50, so I like this trade. 50 versus 3, I can live with that. Yeah, here these units I did hold back because I didn't want them to engage in the back, because this would open their back to these X-Warrior units. And these X-Warrior units are very, very wisely. They're chucking all their spears in the wall, which, from my point of view, is a great, great strategy, especially if you, well, if you are on the advantage, as you think. Yeah, here he marches with all of his troops there. He kept this tower standing here to wait for me to pull all of my troops in other close combat fights, so we can make them a surprise attack. Yeah, here you saw my, well, you didn't see unfortunately, but I did engage with my noble cavalry here, and I got already 30 kills with him, so that was definitely successful. Here he sent this Thorax swordsmen are holding out quite well. They're already red morale, but yeah. They were already half men, or half the size of the original unit when they started properly fighting, and they got already 40 kills. And they're fighting versus Libyan Peltists and Italian swordsmen. Not the greatest units, of course, but it's still, it's 160 men, no, 140 men versus 80. And yeah, as you can see, here he came in with more support, and I decided to just pin him down there and hopefully win that fight. And yeah, as you can see, he was hoping to capture this gate here quickly, so he can advance them with his troops and march with all of them in here and break me. But so far the only places where he can march to are these siege towers, and so far I'm holding all of them back and everything is going fairly well. Yeah, as you can see, my general 33 men, it's not really that great, but I don't really have any other units here to defend versus these X-Warriors, and these X-Warriors are superior to these Libyan Peltists, so I do need to help out there. Yeah, here I used this Libyan Peltists to chuck their missiles at this general. I was hoping that I would get a lucky pick-off at his general, but as it turns out, I do get a nice amount of kills, but it seems I'm not going to get the general here. But he doesn't bother sending these away either way, so that's quite nice. Yeah, and here's exactly what happened. I abandoned the siege tower and he used it to bring his X-Warriors up here and charge into the rear of my units. Thankfully I had another Libyan infantry there and sent it in the back of his warriors. So that's hopefully going to take care of them. Yeah, my noble cavalry lost a third of the unit already. And these X-Warriors are still 50 men, and here's another X-Warrior unit that came on here and he just pulled them out of the fight and attacked. Yeah, these Libyan Peltists definitely did a good job here. They killed they killed over half of this general unit. But wait, did we get the general? Doesn't say anything about that I got the general, but yeah, well, it would have been great if I would have gotten the general, but I didn't, unfortunately, as it turns out. As you can see here, I'm holding him back, and this tower is shooting in, which is very lovely. But my units are already, they're all tired and winded, so they don't really have anything to do versus these, or here's then these new units that came in. And as you can see, it's mass routing. Now I'm bringing my general in here in the hope that I can turn it, maybe. I'm rushing in there. Here my Libyan Peltists are getting routed as well. My Libyan infantry is fighting versus these X-Warriors. It's okay, but not going really that great. Here I managed to rout his one unit, and I'm going to take the back of these guys. Meaning I should be able to win that fight, hopefully at least. But yeah, on this gateway here everything is going more or less wrong. I'm sorry for this lags. My laptop unfortunately isn't really capable of much. Yeah, what is happening at the moment? The German general pulled back, but the casualties are already inflicted. And now you can see here, both of these units still have, or had 40 and 24 men routed, so he has now 3 units free. My general is 14 men from 40, and he's fighting with another Peltas unit versus 3 half full units. And yeah, it's losing this battle as well, meaning these units are going to rout. My general is routing. This Peltas are going to rout now as well. These Libyan infantry, they're fighting quite well. They're holding out quite long as well. That's very lovely. But in the end, it's not going to help me winning. I mean, they're giving these guys here a nice fight. Now you see that they're wavering. They're in shield. Well, they definitely did a nice amount of damage. 47 kills. And these guys only got 28 so far. But as you can see, I have these 3 units surviving, and I was planning on pulling them into here, but then I realized that he's going to capture this gatehouse, and with this gatehouse captured, he's going to be able to rush into me, pin me down, then it's going to shoot at me as well. So I decided just to run back, and as you can see, position myself here for the last defense. I didn't expect to win, but just the last stand. I mean, this would have happened properly in the real battles as well. You need to give yourself all the advantage you can get. I mean, it's a slope, so I do get a downhill charge. Not a massive one, but I do get one nonetheless, so that's something good. And yeah, we can fast forward this now a bit, because he does bring his general back in. There are only 2 of 40 men. Because I think he did bring them in reach of the gatehouse again, but before he captured it. And so yeah, it's going to hurt his morale quite badly. He captured this capture point here, meaning leaving only this main one there. As you can see here now, his general is wavering. I mean, it doesn't do much difference anymore for him. And yeah, his general is still alive, as you can see. He can use the abilities. I mean, it doesn't really matter if the general, yeah, is going to rout now or not, which he's going to do, I think. But just look at the troops. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ex-warriors. One of them is 2 of them are full, and the rest are either on 30 or 60 men, so he really does have an advantage there. They are mostly active, tired, while my units are tired. Okay, these are Peltas, light missile infantry. They are eager, and these ones are exhausted. So not really the greatest thing you want before you send them into the last stand battle. As you can see, already head down. Yeah, the towers here, or the one tower is firing and giving me the last hope here for the last fight. Let's see it out of the first person perspective. They chuck the healers in, and they do get a nice amount of kills. But yeah, as you can see here, I rush down. He does the smart thing, pulling back. I immediately pull back as well. I don't want to lose this advantage here and allow him to flank me or get in my back. And yeah, then when he comes back up, I give another attack order. Again, they chuck their peelers, and yeah, it's going to be the last stand. I form the shield wall with them to hope at least that I'm able to hold on a bit longer. I mean, I pin down these units quite nicely, and I'm not losing men quickly. I'm rather getting a couple of kills, so that's awesome. But my opponent is doing the best thing he could do at the moment. Firstly, he's already standing a couple of men in this area, meaning the towers on neutral, and stops shooting. But here he's just going to pull these units through. You see them wavering. instead of just letting them die on route, he just pulls them through. Okay, they do route, but now he is, yeah, has my flank here to attack. I just decide, get my Peltas there, try blocking it a bit, but again, he just pulls through with one, leaves the other one there to fight. Wants to capture this, I think. Oh no, he is going to engage me now from the back, so I'm kinda proud of my units in this case, because well, they're completely surrounded and they all have still yellow morale and they're tired. But they're putting up an awesome last stand, as I think. So yeah, shout out to them. If we just look like in this perspective, it looks much more awesome. So yeah, in general, I mean, you can already see I'm going to lose this battle. They are all red morale now. Now it's just the mass route. The opponent took me the morale advantage I had by holding this place here. So yeah, all in all, it was a very fun battle. I mean, shout out to my opponent. He did beat me. That was close, I think. The main advantage he had was the quantity. He just threw in his units. They all got a couple of kills, as you can see here. 20 kills only, 20 kills, 14, 17, 4, and okay, these 30 swordsmen, 60. Zero, even these ones, 0 kills. I mean, these are all cheap units, and a couple of them, the ones that survived until the last at least, they all got quite big amount of kills, 60, 109, 90, and or 80 here. But all the other units, they just chipped always my troops a bit away. They just hacked a couple of men down. Their unit fucked off then. But my units were tired, while his fresh troops coming in didn't fight yet. So they have, in the close combat then again, the advantage. I managed to hold them off for quite some time, but in the end it just wasn't enough. And as you can see, all of my units, well, 30 kills is not the greatest on these, I think, but here the Libyan infantry definitely did a good job. These Italian swordsmen I probably should not have bought, because as you can see, 23. Okay, these two are 50 is nice as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, like and subscribe, and see you next time.